Hi everyone, it's Heather from Loving Our Age, and let's face it, we're all aging, right? And if you're like me, you know what, like I decided I don't want to go for, an eye lift. I don't like needles, so I don't like Botox either. And what I decided to do was really kind of, make my eyes look great with makeup. But one thing that I've noticed, and that is a lot of women are still into the, kind of like the 1980s routine, or they've seen some young YouTubers and there is layering on the concealer, that sort of thing. So what I thought I'd do today is do the do's and the don'ts of applying eye makeup, especially if you have hooded eyes, downturned eyes, or just, those aging eyes. So I'm sure that at the end, I'm going to do one eye one way and one eye the other way. You are going to see a remarkable difference. So let's get started. And first I have to take off all my eye makeup. I hate showing myself without any eye makeup, but for you, the Loving Our Age audience, I always make an exception. However, what I do have on my face is my foundation, and I found a new foundation, and I've been looking at the reviews of these, and it's been fantastic. So I bought it myself, I tried it myself, and I love it too. It's by NARS, and what it is let me just read here. It is light reflecting foundation. So what it is, it's something that gives you a little bit more of a youthful glow. I'm absolutely loving it. My color that I have on is DeVille, but there's all kinds of colors, so you should be able to find yours quite quickly. And don't forget, I will have links to the makeup products that I'm going to be showing you underneath the video description, also in the comments. And of course, if you go to amazon.com/shop/awesomeover50 and you're wondering, what blush is she using? What contouring? How about that highlight that she has on her cheeks? You can find that all there in the makeup section. But hey, let's get into this eye makeup tutorial starting right now. All right, this is going to be the good eye, and this is going to be the mistakes eye. And I bet you're going to see some items that you're doing as mistakes in this eye. All right, so let's take a look at the concealer. Can you see this? This is Hydro Boost, and it's by Neutrogena. And I'm going to speed up some of these parts of the video because, I don't want this to run into hours. But basically what I'll do is I'll just put, this is a good eye, I'll just put the Hydro Boost underneath here, like that. And maybe up a little bit because, I got dark area up here. That's all I do. It's a moisturizing concealer. Now, what a lot of women do, they think, oh my gosh, I've got all these dark circles. And they'll use something heavy like Bye Bye Under Eye. And I love this product, so I do use it. But basically, if you use the Bye Bye Under Eye, because it is such a thick concealer, basically what you're doing is you're adding way too much concealer. And you see this on a lot of videos too, where, they just sort of pile on the concealer and it just looks off. So I'm just going to make sure that I show you that, and I think this is a mistake to do that. All right, so the other thing that women do, a lot of women do, is they just love their black eyeliner. They've been using it forever, and so they'll put the eyeliner underneath the eye, like that, and they'll also put it up on the eye. Now what this is actually doing is it's actually, here we go, I just want to make sure I do it the way, nice and neat and everything. What it's actually doing is it's closing up your eye. Like we think that, I used to think this too, that, it's really accentuating my eyes. And no, it's actually making your eyes look, more closed in. Now, I love this eyeshadow palette. It's absolutely incredible. It's by Urban Decay. It's called Naked 3. Look at all the colors I can get in there. It's a little on the pricey side, so I also have the smaller versions This is more of a brown, and this is more of a pinky version, but let's just use this one for now. And what I like to do is I like to have no eyeliner on, like no eyeliner. So I just sort of put a light shade here, and I put a light shade underneath my brow. Now, what a lot of women will do is they will decide to put a little bit of a heavier eyeshadow on, and they'll put that right on their lid. Again, I'm just going to hide that little part there. They'll put it right on their lid. And they'll think that that looks great. And you know what? For years, a lot of us have decided that we would do that. However, I'm going to use a lighter pinky color. And I'm going to put that just above the lid. And I'm also going to bring it out a little bit because we're also talking about some hooded eyes, and we need a little bit of a swoosh going out. So can you see the difference here? I'm just going to look in the mirror too. Okay, between how this eye is kind of shutting down a little bit, and this one looks brighter with the eyeshadow. All right, so the other thing, of course, we can't just leave underneath our eyes like this. That's not going to work. So, what I'm going to do, because I do have it kind of shiny under here from the concealer, I'm going to use Bye Bye Pores. It's by It Cosmetics. Look at the color. It's a clear kind of powder. So I'm just going to lightly go underneath there. Now, what a lot of women will do is they'll use more of a beigey powder because, hey, that's what we used, you know, for years and years and years. And they'll just sort of put that underneath here, trying to, you know, match up the color a little bit. All you're doing by putting on that much powder, it's a very cakey powder where this is a light powder, is you're making your wrinkles. Can you see that a little bit? Like you can make your wrinkles actually kind of dry out and show up more, and we don't want to do that. So I'm just going to recap a little bit. The thick concealer was a #1 mistake, eyeliner in black a #2 mistake, and the beige powder, and also the shadow just on the lid. Now another mistake, we're on number 5 right now, is a lot of women, they just kind of bypass the eyeshadow or the eyebrows, and they think, oh, you know what, I hardly have any eyebrows anyway. Don't do that. I think it's very, very important that we do have some definition on our eyebrows because the eyebrows actually really do shape the eye. So let me just do a little bit here, and hopefully I'm not blocking my face here. And you'll see immediately that there is a difference in the definition and the ways that the eyes look. Just brushing it up a little bit. Okay, there we go. And you can see the definition. Another mistake that some women make is they think, you know what, I've got silver hair, so I should use a gray eyeshadow or an eyeliner, and bleh. An eyebrow pencil. Anyway, you know what I mean. And basically, if you're using silver or gray, a lot of times it looks very, very fake. So let's not do that. Let's use a natural color and actually go into, I think this is like an ash brown for me, even a little touch darker, so you can actually see the outline of your eyebrows. Okay, so we've done that now. And another mistake that women make is they're not using an eyelash primer. And here I have an eyelash primer for you. It's very inexpensive. It's by CoverGirl. And I'm just going to put that on this eye. And what you're going to see as I'm moving along here, that the eyelashes, what they do is they really do stand out. And I don't usually have to use any fake eyelashes. So let's just do that. And look at the color. Like it's not black or anything like that. It's just a a primer. So we've got that going on. And next, let me look at my list here. No 3 individual coats of mascara. All right, so here's my mascara. Again, it's by CoverGirl. It's Exhibitionist, very inexpensive. And what you want to do with this is you want to put on 3 coats of mascara. But what you want to do is you want to sort of stagger them out a little bit. A lot of times what women do, they're just sort of put the eye mascara on, they go, yeah, there we go. And maybe they put a little bit underneath the eyes here. I'll do a little bit underneath the eyes. And that's it. Or they put on the false eyelashes, which to me is just a lot of work. But what I do is I'm going to put on 3 coats. So let me just do a coat here. That's my first coat. And what happens is it's not all sticking together. You can actually see the individual lashes, which is a good thing. All right, so what do I have? No blending of the eyeshadow. It's very, very important that you have a blending brush and you make sure that you're blending out your eyeshadow. So let me just do that for you and give you an idea. We want to blend. Blend, blend, blend. And again, I'm doing the swoop outwards because I do have hooded eyes. All right, now talking about the swoosh, here's a little trick that I do, which a lot of women don't do. I do use an eyeliner. In my case, I use a blue one. Or maybe a brown. I just don't want it to be too obvious, but I want it to be there. And I just do a little swoosh. Like that on the side. And what it does again is it just lifts my eyes up a little bit. So let me just also do, I'm going to do this off camera. I'm going to do another 2 coats of mascara and then I'll come right back to you. Hold on for 1 second. Now, here's my mascara. It looks really nice. 3 individual coats, just 1 coat on the bottom. But another mistake that women do is they don't have a little bit of blush underneath. So you don't want to look like, you know, the opposite of raccoon eyes with all this lightness underneath here. So I'm just going to put a little bit of blush here. And what we're going to do now is we're going to take a good look at both sides of me. So let's take a look right now. All right, let's take a look at those 10 mistakes. First of all, the concealer was too thick. All right, now I did mention to you that I do use some Bye Bye under eye, and I find that I just have this kind of line down here, so I'll just use a little bit on the line and kind of smooth it out, and that will take care of that. All right, number 1 mistake. Number 2 mistake, it's that eyeliner, that black eyeliner that is really actually closing our eyes in. Next is the beige powder that we used over here. Again, it's thick and it really did it gave us more wrinkles. Like if I'm smiling, it's giving me more wrinkles. All right, next we put the shadow just on the lid. If you've got hooded eyes, you want to be blending that out, but and also a darker shadow. Next, of course, no eyebrow definition. I don't have any eyebrows, so what do I care? No, it's framing your eyes. It's so important to do that. All right, next, no eye mascara primer. So important, so we don't have to wear false eyelashes all the time, and we also can get thicker eyelashes. All right, no 3 individual coats of mascara. Let's not just have a bunch, like 3 eyelashes, you know, all clunked together. Those 3 individual applications, let them dry, so much prettier. All right, no blending of shadow, where you just sort of have it here. We got to blend, 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 and push it out, especially for the hooded eyes. And no swoosh or that little kind of eye wing that I gave here to bring the eyes up. Can you see the difference in the 2 eyes? How this one is more swooshed up. It's more alive. It's more youthful. And of course, the last one was no touch of blush. We weren't kind of blending the foundation into what we had, and a little bit of blush here and a little bit of blush there kind of brings it all together. So I think especially if I get closer, you can really tell the difference. So I certainly hope that these tips helped you, and stay until the end. That's just going to be in a minute, where I'll have an inspirational message for you. But if you're not subscribed, there's a button down there, and I do tutorials on makeup, appearance, fashion, and I would love, love, love for you to subscribe. And also don't forget to click on the notification bell so you know when my videos are out. Let's talk for a minute about trying too hard. You know what? Where we're trying to apply too much makeup and have a bit of a heavy hand. And as you can see in the do's and the don'ts, when I applied a little less makeup, I actually looked more natural and even more youthful. And I think this analogy also works for clothing, our fashion choices. Let's not try too hard to look youthful. If you notice in my fashion and my styling videos, I always try to put in a touch of class, a touch of grace. But I always say, you know, be authentically you. But if you are still in the routine on putting on the makeup, you know, that you used to do in the 1980s, or maybe you're trying to dress like your daughter, you know, with fashion and style, you may be really just trying too hard to look young. So let's abandon those over-applied concealers, you know, the eyeliners, and even those bronzers. And also let's choose our styles so that, you know, we're not buying the new, and these are trending, hot pants, or, you know, buying 6-inch heels that are totally so uncomfortable. And let's go for more of a natural makeup and maybe even an ageless style. And for me, that's just one more way to be loving our age.